Hello, folks. Happy New Year. It's Arjorie here on Why We Do the Work. Remember me? Our last episode was back in July. Wow. Sorry about that. I had the pleasure of chatting with math and science teacher at Calipuya High School, Kelly Ferguson, and her student Metzley. They were on the show to share how living and working in West Eugene has impacted their lives. And that was really awesome. And I've said this before about shows, but I really mean it with this one. Besides the Lisa Arkin, executive director of Beyond Toxics, besides her episode, if you haven't heard that, go back and give it a listen. She talks about her journey into environmental justice, and it's just a really nice talk with somebody a little bit more candid in her role. So, besides talking to Lisa, Metzley and Kelly's episode was my favorite because they were able to really discuss what it felt like to live and work in West Eugene. And that was a really special episode for me. So thank you again, ladies. That was a pleasure. The pleasure was all mine. And I hope you had a great time sitting and chatting with me. As a reminder, this podcast is sponsored by Beyond Toxics, environmental justice nonprofit organization located in Eugene, Oregon. We envision a society where everyone has equitable access to healthy food, clean air and water, and that underserved communities are included in decision making processes that affect them. And I believe we're doing that. Thank you again, Beyond Toxics, for supporting the community throughout Eugene and for supporting this show. And of course, this show would not be possible without my pal Crystal Abrams, communications manager at Beyond Toxics and producer of this show. Thank you, Crystal. You can also find out all about our organization and some of the work that we're doing there at beyondtoxics.org. As things settle in the new year, I'm excited to get back to creating content for you all to hopefully enjoy. I'm still here. I didn't forget about you all. I didn't forget about the podcast. And my goal is to bring more local voices from the folks in Eugene, particularly the voices of West Eugene, which is why this podcast started. West Eugene is located in the industrial corridor of Eugene, Oregon, and has been impacted greatly by industrial pollution. Families have endured sickness, removal of soil in their yards where they live and raise their families, be it fur babies or humans, due to the dioxin contamination found in their yards caused by J.H. Baxter. J.H. Baxter is that wood treatment plant that I'm always talking about. Remember that place? The one that closed down January 31st of 2022? Closed down without paying their fines after the DEQ and EPA found high levels of dioxin contamination, i.e., I'm going to say it, poison, throughout the neighborhood close to the facility. The Bethel community has suffered while watching their loved ones go through intense treatments to try to save their lives. Many have not won that fight. Many are still scared, thinking, am I next? I personally have the fear of finding out that because I lived in an area of town that was affordable for my family, an area plagued with sickness, that I too will get cancer. I want to make it clear that I do not have cancer, but the fear is there. And the fear hit really close to home when my child was diagnosed with cancer. Zion survived. Many have not. So as we enter 2025, I want more voices, more stories, more folks to be able to use this platform to speak their truth, to have someone listen to their pain and their fear, to have a place to try to make sense of what's happening in Bethel. If you're out there and you're listening thinking, that's me, I want to speak my truth. I want to tell my story. Please reach out to me at aab@beyondtoxics.org. Also, why we do the work is not only reaching folks in the United States. There are international listeners of the show as well. In saying that, why we do the work is a platform that talks about cancer. That is a very heavy subject and hard to discuss. This is a safe place to put those feelings. Even if you don't live in West Eugene, somewhere in the United States, or somewhere out of the country, I care. I care about your story. I want this platform to be a place where you can talk safely to someone who has been through it. Thank you so much for supporting the show. It's healing for me too. Thank you for supporting the show. It's healing for me too. Come back next time where we'll be talking to Kara Brighton. She is a member of the West Eugene community, and she's the second interview in our series called West Eugene Speaks. Again, I am Arjorie, and I'll chat with you soon. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.